You want to know why Here's a Study is awesome? Because it's the women who are always complaining. Like whenever I bring up a study, the girls are like, man, but that's not me. That's how I know it's true. But that's how I know. If you have the whole money situation set, it's never too early to learn intersexual dynamics. If you don't learn it, you guys understand the biggest mistake you can make, we talk about it in business, is hiring the wrong people. The biggest mistake you can make in relationships is what?
Dating the wrong girl.
It's marrying the wrong girl. It's marrying the wrong girl. Putting your dick in crazy, exactly. So like consider the concept, like what is the thing, the financial arrangement that you get into that affects your life the most, that you have the least education on? Marriage.
Yeah.
Dude, when you go buy a fucking house, bro, they got the contracts out there. You have a real estate agent who's educating you on all this stuff, how to get financing, you know what I'm saying? How much money at close, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
You have somebody there educating you. When it comes to your when it comes to medicine, to a certain extent, you have some people that are there that are educating you. When you buy a car, there are people there that are trying to educate you, right? About the statistics on the car, et cetera, whatever. When it comes to marriage, there's no, like, all of you should go talk to a divorce attorney before you get married. All of you should look at the statistics so you can understand what's going on, so you could plan in the future. And I've said this before, prenups save marriages. James Sexton, I believe he said the same thing. Prenups are to save marriages because it de-incentivizes both sides from cheating. So that makes a lot of sense. So why not know more? So how am I supposed to know more? Well, you know what, Michael? I became a computer engineer right out of college at 22, and I started making $275,000 a year as an engineer. I work at Google up in the Northwest, so, you know what I'm saying, up in Northern California. And now I make $500,000 a year. Now I have stock options and equity and all this kind of stuff. My money shit is set for the rest of them. I'm good. I got several mil in the bank. I'm good, Michael. And the thing is, like, not only do you not know what you're doing with women, you're a fucking target. You actually know you're a target. You're actually like no negative to do it. Like your knowledge about women is in the negative. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now, because you didn't take that time to discern all these red flags, now you're in a situation. And by the way, it's not the women's fault. Women are just acting on their own evolutionary impulses as well. But when you sit there and you have no discernment because you have no experience, but you wanted to wait till you were 35 or 36 years old till those stock options vested, and then now you can sit there and start learning about women. Motherfucker, it's late, and you got to learn earlier, and that's the thing. Like, so learn to do both. And I promise you.
Actually, it gets worse than that, because when you have all these things, get this money, you get these stock options or whatever it is, and then she does cheat on you, and you do break up, and she does take after your money, you feel like, hey, there's this guy who's having success who's lower value than you, but you deserve this better thing. It gets even worse. Yes,
that's the other thing. What Clint Eastwood said, deserve ain't got nothing to do with it, right? And the other thing I will tell you is, man, I don't like these again, I hate to just keep bashing on red pill and pickup stuff, but it's the anecdotal stuff I just don't have time for. Some of it is good. It's trust me, bro, as opposed to here's a study. Here's a Study is way better. You want to know why Here's a Study is awesome? Because it's the women who are always complaining. Like whenever I bring up a study, the girls are like, man, but that's not me. That's how I know it's true. But that's how I know it's true.
But I have an anecdote that goes against
that. I have one anecdote. I'm different. I'm solipsistic, and the world is different because I said it's different. It's like Machine Gun Kelly. Like, it's like, yeah, all these women think Machine Gun Kelly's hot, and there's one girl in there's like, I don't think he's hot. Okay, I understand that you don't think he's hot, but they'll say things like, he's not hot. And I'm like, to you, he's not hot. I understand. It's like, no one thinks he's hot. I'm like, you're solipsistic. Like, that's not true. Just because you believe it doesn't mean everyone else does. I think he's a fucking weirdo. But the problem is, like, I am still aware that some people find him attractive. So if you come to that realization, you see, okay, you're sitting there listening to them, and they're telling you these things that they believe to be the truth, but it's not objectively true. So I just want to go over the whole thing about having money and like having money advance, but not having game advice. And then the other thing you were talking about was fitness. So fitness can kind of be the same. Like, so guys, think about the triangle of health, wealth, and relationships. So we got health overdone. Like we're sitting there taking 300 mgs of test every week, along with Anavar. We're taking Deca, Winstrol, test, Clen. We're taking some Clen. What's the new Halotessin? We're taking all the good, right? We're swole as shit.
Halo?
And then look, swole shit, got the fucking veins, looking ripped, right? And the funny thing is, the first couple months, the girls look at him like, damn, you look good. You actually look good. Right? You get those big gains or whatever. But it's like, I took 250 mgs of test, and the girl said, like, looked at me, if I take 500, she's going to be fucking me for sure. But there's diminishing returns.
Right.
Your liver and kidneys are hardening up at this point. You're just like fucking up your own body.
Yeah, your heart's getting enlarged.
Your heart's getting enlarged or whatever. And then there's girls behind your back being like, he's too big. He's like, well, this is like he's overcompensating or whatever. Not to say there aren't definitely some women who go to gyms and like the bodybuilder look.
I mean, another one.
But the point I'm trying to make is when you go overboard with the fitness, but you can't make money. I have all kind of guys like this. Again, the male stripper type who will hit me up in fantastic shape, and then they have a business idea for me to help them with their OnlyFans management agency. You know what I'm saying? It's like because they didn't put in the work to get better financially. That's essentially what happened. So like what you said about using fitness as a crutch, that's exactly right. So what you don't want to do is make any one of them a crutch. The money one, this is another thing we skipped over this. When you get good on the money, but you're not worried about fitness. So women don't have genuine desire for you anyway, because fitness comes before all of them, and you're not good with relationships. What happens is, hey, if I have a problem and I need a virtual assistant, what is a virtual assistant? It's just me throwing money at a problem and the problem goes away. So I have a problem with sex. How do I fix it? I'll hire a virtual assistant, except she's not virtual. She's a prostitute, right? And the problem just goes away. Right. And the issue is this. The first time out of desperation, he hires a prostitute. You know what the easiest thing to do next is? Hire another prostitute. Mm-hmm. I was talking with this Nicolette Shea when she did her first porn. You want to know the hardest porn to do? Your first one. You want to know the easiest one to do? The one after that. These guys will sit there. They've got money. They got their money right. They don't understand intersexual dynamics. And so what happens next is they start hiring hookers. But they don't understand it's not something that you can just recover from. It's like when you start taking steroids, what happens to your natural testosterone? It goes to zero. Mm-hmm. You got to take a Clomid or what's it called, HCG in order to get your shit back up. And you got to stop taking steroids. You realize that's what happens when you start getting addicted to heroin. What happens to your body's natural ability to fight pain? It goes away. Yeah. Your body can't fight pain on it normally anymore. People who smoke a lot of weed, they have a hard time dealing with anxiety when they don't smoke the weed. Right. Their natural ability to deal with anxiety goes away. So it's one of these situations. It's like now you have a normal ability to meet women and attract women, but you pay for sex. And when you do so, it's very much like the steroids. It's very hard. When you start taking steroids, one of the things you have to do is keep taking steroids in order to maintain that physique. Yeah. Right? You can't go heavy on steroids and then get off to go natural and then maintain. You understand it doesn't work that way. Yep. Yeah. It's the same thing with hookers. You can't start paying women for sex and then come back from that on your own. You need help. You need serious help to pull back from that.
Here's another thing with that. It's like there's a certain subset of women where you could pay them for sex. But if that is your whole construction of reality with women, you think all women are transactional. Yes, that's it. You think all women you could get with money.
That's another thing.
That is like it's like you take this subset of women and it clouds your entire just worldview.
I've seen that too. The bitterness comes from that, from paying for hookers. What is your experience with this?
Oh, I was just going to talk about a guy that me and Tristan know that he spends tens of thousands of dollars on sex, and it's like
won't buy our program.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We talked to him about it, and for weeks this guy would like call me at 2-3 a.m. drunk off tequila.
Oh, I know. I think I know these guys. Yeah,
and admit to me that he had just spent more money on sex, and he would be like, and his whole thing was like, I can't imagine a world where women don't want me for my money.
Yeah, and it's not only that, he also can't imagine a world where beautiful women won't f for money. That's another thing that happens. Yep. That happens a lot to the guys who live here for a long time. They become very jaded, and they literally believe every single girl is just down to f for money. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are. The ones who do want to f for money, they're all coming to Clark County. I'm not saying that they're not here.